When I was a kid, I hated the annual Morlo cull. I was kept away and found excuses not to be there. Then, aged 10, my dad marched me down to the beach with other men and put a knife in my hand. But you grow up, don't you? I never felt it right that we was killing Morlos, but what could I do about it? I was just a fisherman. One day I went along to that first meeting at the campsite. Greg Litherland was one of the other organisers. It was beautiful. So much hope around that campfire. Me, Sam and Greg held regular events to raise funds for badges and patches. I was proud to wear mine on me best. There was quite a rift between us and the old guard. They felt the ban was an attack on our ways. Sam and me took a load of the fishermen out for a beer. By 87, we finally felt like we had enough support to push for change. So the week before the Morlos showed up, we organised a mass dying on the beach. There were loads of us lying down on that sand, islanders.
I'm so glad.
I swim with a pod south of the Fire Isles. I believe the dry siders call the larger one Shelmerston. It's where the ceremony happened. I did not believe it at first. A food which snaps so dry. Then one morning at sunup, I followed the ship and I saw samphire on the dry side and came up out of the sea to ask them for toast. They asked me to put on some pants, but I refused to. Sam took me to their parents' toast shack, but they refused to serve me without clothes. They also told me that my shiny coins were unsuitable, too old. So Sam lent me some trousers, and I swept the toast. I spent my nights swimming through the black waters of the deepest ocean trenches.
Oh, I could really go for a nice piece of...
By the time Sam started as the harbour controller in '79, the fishing industry in Shelmerston was on its arse. No way to compete with those factory trawlers from the mainland, was there? Couldn't moor those things anywhere near the island, even if we had them. Of course we were all... There was a lot of trouble at first. Sam trying to stick by the rules and catch us out any way they could, and us trying any which way to give her the runabout. Wasn't easy, mind you. She was smart, that Sam. You never knew. But in time, Sam started to see how things were, how we do things. And we came to an understanding of sorts. If Sam turned a blind eye to a bit of the decent stuff, the harmless stuff, then we'd report the worst of it. I mean, we all want to keep the seas safe, stands to reason. Plus, Sam was partial to a bottle. Sam was sharp as a gutting knife. They made us hand over some of the, shall we say, dividends to fix up the quay. All them sheds and that. Make them into something we could be proud of. Turn things around. At the same time, Sam organised a kind of work-sharing thing with the fish folk. Got some of them to swim along with the fishing boats, help them locate the biggest shoals.
I reckon I still have a bottle.
It was the 6th summer after I spawned that I went to my first Aggie's Day ceremony. You know, Aggie, the dry cider who saved the world from cracking in two. We don't go on land until we're 6 years. It was so loud and hot out there, all that shell blowing. I was bored and my body felt dry and heavy. I was too young. Sam saw I was fed up. They took me up the beach, away to the dunes, and Sam gave me a little polished stone of my own to play with. Had a heart of gold, they did. It wasn't until years later we became good friends. Sam helped a lot. They were always on my side. My pod, we were quite traditional, didn't like us working with the dry. That stone was my lucky charm. I took it with me when I went for the interview, and I took it down with me when I went. Sam took me under their fin, invited me out to the camel, and let me stay with them and blythe on the ferry if it was a late one. And there were plenty of late ones. Karaoke nights are still my...
I remember all the fish folk coming up on...
Oh.
I first met Sam when I sailed the new ferry, the Queen of the Isles, into harbor. Of course, I'd heard of the fish folk, but I'd never met one. Sam was an amazing pilot. Next time I was in Shelmerston, we went for a drink at the Camel. I'm more into bats than beer, but Sam was intriguing, and the atmosphere in there was great, like a warm nest. Great band, too. Sam invited me over for toast and hot chocolate. Honestly, hot chocolate doesn't do it for me. But the toast, that malty seed, I stayed over. In the morning, we went for a walk along the beach. And just as the sun was rising, I took them flying on my back. We went up and looked down over the island. It was on the next trip to Shelmerston. We just sighted land when Sam's head popped out of the water right beside my berth and passed me a fresh cuttlefish bone. When we moved in together, it was the best day of my whole life. I put that cuttlefish bone on my bedside table within beak reach. I still look at it every day, every single day.
Oh. Ahoy!
Well, wait. No.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
No!
No, we'll talk.
I think I...
Okay.
No.
No.
No, it's...
That's not true.
No, it is.
Morris, I'm...
Then...
I am...
Right.
And...
Horse.
I know...
All right.
Aggie.
Aggie.
She is... Back to you.